If you rub your fingers on sandpaper, how does it feel? Rough. You speak dog. Give yourself a hand. Unconditional love. Think about it. If I put my wife in the trunk along with my dog for 10 minutes and opened it back up, who would be glad to see me? That's unconditional love in my book. I have 2 daughters, actually 4 children, but 2 daughters right now who have one just begun to drive and the other one just got her learner's permit. The first time, and everybody in this room knows this feeling, the first time they round the corner by themselves and you go, wait! Definition of worry. 25 minutes later when they should have already been there and they didn't call and they didn't text, then you start rolling around the possible outcomes. If you could call the future and the future says, hello? So this thing I'm worried about, tell me, is it going to be okay? And the future says, hey, ain't no problem. It's going to be fine. In a week's time, you're not even going to think about it. If you knew that, you wouldn't worry, right? What's that number? Fog, as scary and as disorienting and as weird as it is, if you go above it or outside of it, it's gone. It's temporary. It's not as bad as it seems. Inside, the kids were watching some movie that had a dancing scene and everybody was enjoying and whatnot. And I got outside in this self-pity state and I just looked up. And I didn't say it out loud, but it was loud enough. When am I ever going to dance again? When will I ever feel like dancing again? And I could hear it plain as day. It wasn't audible, but I could feel it. And I heard God say, now. Right now is when you dance. And somehow, some way, I turned around and Mango jumped up onto me with her 2 front paws as if she was dancing. And I went, why have I been this way? Why did I waste so much energy just worrying? Between 90 and 93% of the things we worry about never happen. The struggle is where we learn. We learn 0 when we're sitting in the easy chair. I say that because I have an easy chair in my living room. It's a nice leather recliner, and at the end of the day, that's my goal, to get to the easy chair and just stop. What happens in that easy chair? Nothing. But that's what life is like. When something goes wrong, when we get in the middle of a struggle, we want that easy chair. We want it to stop. I was holding on so tightly to these little possessions that my wife looked at me one day and said, look, this is stuff. We can do without the stuff. We can't do without you. Why do we hold on so tightly? Looking back on my life now, and all these, what I would have called disasters, have turned out to be the greatest blessings I've ever had. Anybody can find the joy that I found. I used to really not want to wake up. I used to really not want to get out of bed and face this again. Is it going to get any worse? Nowadays, I'll get up and I'll go, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens next. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, it's an adventure.